This is a overview video of the Roadtrek van. So up here we have a Pioneer head unit. You can connect via this cable to your iPhone or your Android phone, and then you will be able to see the maps and play your music through the Pioneer head unit. There is a microphone up here, so you can use the Google Assistant or the Siri voice commands or for your speakerphone. This is a gauge I added which monitors the transmission temperatures. It plugs in down there. And allows you to see your transmission temperatures, your miles per gallon, the engine temperature more accurately than the analog gauges up here. Your head unit switch there is off. Daytime running light switch is the turn signals, and then headlights, high beams, you pull back on the stock there on the left. There is a glove box there. I have the wheel locks located in there. There's two different ones just to make sure, since the wheels are expensive. I have the placard here for fridge propane and fridge on 12 volts, just to remind you which you left the fridge on. These charging outlets up here stay on all the time, and you can charge your phone. That charges off the starting battery, not off the RV batteries in the back. The curtains pull all the way around. You can get those out of the way, and you can see the black rail along the top there. There is a little storage area up here. Here we have the control panel, generator, which is cold currently. There we go. You'll know the generator is running when the lights on the microwave come on. I'll give that a few seconds for you to see. This is the porch light. So you can see the light on the microwave on now. Here we have your control panel. The C is for charging. That light will only be on when you are plugged in, which we are right now, or the engine is running. G, which is good, means the battery is fully charged. F is fair. L is low. Your gray tank is empty at the bottom there. Holding tank is empty. Fresh water is at 1/3, and the propane LPG is full. Those gauges are not the most accurate, so when you flush the toilet, when it's empty, the sensors may get wet and it'll show a false reading. They're just kind of a guideline. Your best bet is when you run out of water, that's your tanks are full, because the capacity of the water on board is the same as the holding tanks. This is your water pump. Whenever it's priming, you'll hear it buzzing. I generally keep that turned off and only turn it on when I need to use the water. That way, if you were to develop a leak, it wouldn't get water everywhere. You have a smoke detector there. Sometimes when you're cooking, it is a good idea to take it away because it is so close to the stove. This, you just switch to light and then just light it with the stove lighter. Make sure when you place this back on top, let it cool down before you put it back on top, and always make sure you have the fan on or the roof fan open due to carbon monoxide. There is a light here also. Another light here. All of these cabinets have the positive latches, these little brine buttons, so Make sure you press those because it'll damage the cabinets otherwise. Your microwave with the cover. Sometimes I wrap the glass in a dish towel just to stop it from rattling. This kind of keeps it in place though. More storage up here. I generally keep my dish soap and things like that in this cabinet. In here you have the shade for the front window, custom made. I do have custom ones for the back windows too, which I'm providing. The table leg, the cloverleaf table, which goes here. You just put that metal pole, the metal pole you see there, and then this chair swivels around. Someone else can sit here. This can also make a bed by opening this drawer down here and using the backrest. This part slides up and unclips, and you swivel that seat sideways, and a child or someone under 6 feet is able to sleep there. I have the back set up with the table currently. The table drops down onto these little wooden edges there. This wooden piece goes between here and here, and that will create your king bed. You'll drop the cushions to here, to there, and the one at the back, and that pole goes in the front closet. This is your propane heater. You do not need to be plugged in to use that. That just uses 12-volt fan and propane heat. To operate that, you switch the thermostat here to furnace, not heat pump, to furnace. And then I always just leave the fan on auto, but you can use high and low, I believe, for the furnace. The auto is for the air conditioning. The other option is to use the heat pump back here. You do have to be plugged in to use that, which we are now. So you would switch it to heat pump, and then you can set the temperature there on the dial. Or you can use the air conditioning. It's also an air conditioner by going to cool. When you use the generator, make sure that you have this in the off position when you start the generator up until the microwave light turns on, because I have heard that the surge caused by the generator starting may damage this thermostat since it's only 12 volts. You have some lights back here, one in each corner. Speakers, which are connected to the front radio. A couple of vents, which let the air conditioning or the heat come down from above. 110 outlet back here. Your TV DVD player on the side. It tells you which side to put the label facing. Your remote. It took me a while to figure this out, but next to CC, that button with the up arrow is your eject button for your DVDs. Have a how-to of everything typed up. If you don't want to watch the video, you can just look through these, how to make the bed, how to use the shower, the toilet, etc. Here we have the toilet, which I replaced. You can see the flush here. This is for the shower head. I keep this little plastic tub down there because it does drip when you're done. You can unscrew it here, but it's easier to leave it there. Put one of these pods in the tank before using it, and then I normally put about 2 to 3 gallons of water in there to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom, although I generally try to only use the toilet for number 1. Your bags for your trash. This is your privacy partition. See, the toilet paper folds in like that. Your plug is under here, so you move these rugs before you shower. Unscrew the plug and then open this second partition. I sometimes use this for sleeping, but you can see the curtain hangs on, so when you're using the bathroom, no one can see in. When you're showering, you'll want to turn the fan on up here. I keep it on the one setting there. You can see it uses the least electric. This is just a fuse. You should never need to change that. I never really use this, but this is a thermostat. So when it's on one, when you open this knob here, it'll automatically turn on. And that will turn it off again. This reverses the flow. I always leave it set to suck up out of the van, because when you're showering, you want to pull the moisture up. You'll see the little arrows on there, up or down, and then you'll want to open the front window by the rear seat to create a nice airflow through here. Microwave. This is your little portable power station, which I'm including. You can see it's 100% charged. There's a cigarette lighter behind it that it's plugged into via this power cord. If you want to use the USBs, just hit the little button. You see the green light come on. And your 110 is just a single one on the side here. If you want to use that, turn that on. This is only rated for, I'll have to look it up, but it may be 125 watts. So it'll charge a laptop or small appliances like that, but it will not work for a hairdryer. It would probably work for a CPAP machine, laptop, cell phone charger, camera charger, drone batteries, things like that, but not anything like a toaster or a coffee maker. Does have a flashlight on the side here. Just hit that little button. You can see the cigarette lighter that it's plugged in back there. I normally keep a Bluetooth speaker in here and charge it off of that. I'm including these little wooden boxes. I normally put 2 coffee mugs, 2 wine glasses, and then some things up on the shelves. I lined all the shelves with these yoga mats to stop rattling. There's your lighter for the stove, some trash bags, a first aid kit, Lysol. This, to close it, just fold it slightly. And then secure that there. Again, everything has these little latches. These go all the way back, so there's quite a bit of storage on either side. The curtain in the rear, you see the little button up there. You just undo those on each side and drop it down. I normally keep the side curtains closed at all times. It just stops the sun and radiation from getting on the cushions and fading them. I do have the custom made window covers, the reflective ones, which I'll give to you guys. They're going to be provided. These curtains were replaced. You see the brown ones, and the back one is still original. Eventually I was going to replace that. You have a bright light up in the middle there. That is your propane detector, I believe. And there is a CO2, or I think it's just a propane detector, or maybe it does propane and CO2. No. This is your carbon monoxide one here, and that is your propane detector. If you're ever using the heater at night or leave the fan on for a long time and the battery gets low and starts to beep, that is a warning that your battery is getting too low for these to operate. So when you first turn the battery switch on, you'll hear them beep. It's just a test, basically. Just close this up. 2 fasteners, 1 and 2. These operate one to unlock and then pull, lock. This is the window I was referring to, that you open this and then open the fan, and that creates a nice airflow. These two back windows look like they open. You see the clasps in the middle, but they do not open. I believe that is because of the generator to stop fumes from getting sucked in. The side windows do open though, so you can open those to help create more airflow. The fridge is currently on AC. Flame is for propane, which propane you will want to use when you're parked in a campground with no hookups like a national park. AC when you're plugged in, and DC when you're driving. DC is 12 volt. To light the fridge on propane, you hold the right button down, hold it all the way in, and then push the left one 5 times while continuing to hold the right one. You'll see this little dial here will move into the green. I have printed up instructions for that, and there are also on the bottom of the fridge here. You can see the fridge is already down to 45. I just plugged it in a couple hours ago. It'll be nice and cold when you guys get here tomorrow. I'm including the bubble level that you can see has to be somewhat level to work when you're operating on propane. And another one here. That just about covers everything in here. Oh, the water heater is located right here. So that light is not the on light. It is actually called the fault light. So that means it is not lit. When you see the light turn off, that means that the water heater is on, which makes it easy to forget to turn it off. So it's currently lit. You can see the switch in the on position and the fault light off. And that is turned off. It only takes about 15 minutes to warm the water up. Another outlet here. Cup holder. There's another outlet down here, as well as your fire extinguisher. This one is good for when you're vacuuming and things like that. I'll show you the rotation of the seats. To rotate the seat, you pull up on this. I have this little plastic in here because it does rattle if that's not in there. I don't rotate the seats too often, but just pull up on this and then rotate the seat. You may need to pull it forward or backwards using this lever. That's about everything.